Hello.
Welcome back from Integration Week, everyone.
Yes. And here we are in week 4 already. And I'm so excited for this Sacred Scribe and Wealth Ritual. We got some good stuff today. So as we get started here, let's just take a few moments to connect in, to center, to ground. So go ahead, get comfortable in your seat and close your eyes. And just start by breathing into your belly, breathing into your seat, noticing your body, and bringing your presence, your awareness into your body. So that we're starting this time together in a very embodied space. And from this awareness, imagine your body in a way getting heavy, heavy with your presence, filled up. Feel yourself really inhabiting your body and breathing into that embodied presence of you. Allowing your body to settle within itself. Allowing your consciousness to be connected to your embodied presence, so that you have embodied consciousness. From that space, then bring your attention into your throat chakra. And just imagine your throat chakra opening up, spinning clockwise to your left, and just spinning and opening, spinning and opening. And as it spins and opens, and as you're holding this intention, bring into your throat chakra the conscious awareness of communication, expression, allowing your throat chakra to gather that energy up, to gather that awareness up. I am safe to express. I am safe to express. I'm just allowing your throat to open to that awareness. And then bringing your attention up to your crown and feeling your crown chakra opening up, spinning in a clockwise motion. And as it spins and opens, feel yourself connecting to Source, connecting to your higher self, connecting to the wisdom of Spirit and the aspect of you that experiences the oneness with Source energy. And then imagining just a stream of that Source consciousness pouring into your crown, moving down through all of your chakras, flowing into them and flowing out with ease, with grace. And there's enough energy coming in, that energy can go out, and then energy can come back in. And allowing that flow of energy all the way down into your root and feeling your root here, feeling your root connecting into Gaia below, anchoring into the earth from your embodied presence, into your foundation, into your financial chakra. And rooting into the wisdom of I am safe to have awareness in my finances. I am safe to have a conscious relationship with money. And allowing that to integrate. Feeling the energy flowing up from earth as well and into your root. So there is energy flowing down into your crown. There's energy flowing up from the earth, and the energy is flowing evenly with reciprocity through your entire system so that you are filled with energy. Energy flowing in, energy flowing out. Balanced, vibrant. Take a moment of gratitude for being here. And then just opening your eyes. So, we are going to, for Sacred Scribe today, we're going to have some writing prompts for you all that are to support you in tapping into what lights you up. What do you even want to write about? Here you are, you're setting up email systems, or you are working to further amplify your email system. You are starting emails, or you're starting to reevaluate your emails. You're starting to tap into the greater expression of what wants to come through you. And what is that? You may know, you may not know, but even if you do know, there is always more. There is always more. I'm constantly tapping into what is it that wants to come through me? What is it that wants to move through me? But the exercise that I'm going to give you is adapted from an exercise that I did in a writing program a couple of years ago with a woman named Carolyn Elliott. And it's an exercise that is meant to help you kind of get into that space of like, what the hell do I have to say? What is special about my voice, right? Because all of you do have a special and unique voice, every one of you. Ina and I know that about you. We have no doubt about that with you. And we also understand that it might be harder for you to see that than it is for us to see that, and as is the case with a lot of people. So as we get started here, these prompts are really to be about you. It's not about how perfectly you write. We have plenty of time to work on that later. It's not about whether your grammar's right or your spelling's right or your paragraph structure is right. It's not about whether or not your mom is going to agree with it or your partner or your son. It's not about whether your best friend is going to agree with it. It's about what is inside of you that wants to find its way out of your throat chakra and onto a piece of paper or the screen. Okay. That is the only thing that is important in this, right? So this is about not about perfection, but it's about pulling back the censorship, the self-censorship that you've had, that most of us have experienced in this lifetime, right? So we're going to start. We're going to do 6 to 7 minutes on each one of these. And we'll put, Ina, will you type it into the chat as we go through them? Awesome. So for this first one, you're just going to have, for some people, it is really helpful to do this with your actual hand on paper, with a pen and paper. But if you're somebody who really just prefers computer, that's okay too. The first prompt is for you to write about, what do I feel really passionate about? What is it that pisses me off when I see other people doing it or saying it? 7 minutes. Have fun.
And I'll just repeat it for the people that are listening to the recording because I'm realizing they can't read the comments. So once again, what do you feel really passionate about? And what is it that pisses you off when you see people doing it and saying it?
All right, y'all. Finish up your sentence. I love that Nicole wrote, my handwriting is so messy because I am so passionate about my beliefs.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. All right, we're going to move right into the second prompt, which is, when was the last time that you worked with someone who was really ecstatic about your work together? What did they love about it? Now, if you are not currently working in this field, you could write this from the perspective of, when was the last time I was with someone who was ecstatic about my skill set in a certain area. So this could be like a friend coming to you for advice, or a friend coming to you to help you plant her garden, like whatever it was, when you worked with somebody and they were so thrilled with the results they had from you. What did they love about it? And 7 minutes again. Okay, go ahead and wrap up your sentence. We're going to do a little bit of sharing at the end of all of this. Oh, Jess. Okay, the third one. What was your initiation as a healer? What did you have to go through in order to do what you desire to do now? What was your initiation as a healer? What did you have to go through in order to do what you desire to do now? And 6 minutes for this one. All right, wrap up your sentence. And for the last one, it is many, many, many years from now. And it is the end of your life. What are you incredibly grateful that you accomplished? It is the end of your life. What are you incredibly grateful that you have accomplished? And we'll do 5 minutes for this one. Okay, go ahead and wrap that up. Awesome. Jill found those to be very powerful prompts. These are really meant to, so even if you struggled with them a little more, or you had like just did some uncomfortable feelings come up, this is really to help you start honing in on like what might your message be. And you don't have to feel like you came out of that with all of the answers. These are things you can go back to. You could continue to explore any of them. You could shelve them for a couple weeks and then go back. But it's really meant to elicit from within you what it is that your message might be as we start out here. Um, so, Angie, that was quite the rant, inspiration, trauma based gratitude sandwich of an exercise.
And incredibly awesome. Love that, Angie.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Um, Jasmine, these questions were great. Totally got me thinking. Awesome. Nicole, interesting how at the end of my life I was grateful for things that weren't really related to doing what I'm currently doing in business. I was doing other things. Very nice information.
Mm-hmm.
Um, can I put these in? Can we put these in Mighty Networks? Yes, we can. We will put them in with the recording,
Mm-hmm.
so you
In
can find them
class.
there.
Yeah.
Awesome. And does anybody else have a quick share? Um,
Raise your hand if you'd like to vocally
yeah, we,
share.
we can bring on one person before we transition.
We'd love to hear from you.
Selden, I found it really hard to write today. That happens sometimes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, love to hear thoughts on being a healer. Um, that is probably a little more than what we can do right now, but uh, but we can get some information for you on that
Yeah.
somehow.
And I love what you shared, in the back and forth, Jeslani. Like, a healer doesn't mean you have to be making money doing it. And healer is like a term that you may not necessarily relate to. And so part of it is just like, what is it that is your healing has so many different meanings, right? I mean, like
Yeah,
through
it's not
healing,
necessarily.
healing through your art, Jeslani,
Yeah,
right? Like those are healing transmissions that you're bringing through in your artwork. So
yeah,
um it's a
yeah.
big
It's not necessarily like it's not going to necessarily look like what Ina and I do,
right.
right? But it is a transmission. Um, Janine, the third one was a doozy. I had tears in my eyes the whole time. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's great if this brought up emotions for you,
Mhm.
right? That means there's something really juicy in there
Mhm.
and that you got really deep. Star, I realized that I haven't really let myself get angry. I had a hard time getting started on that one. I looked at the healer part from the photos I take of people, how they feel transformed or connected.
Mm, I love
Yeah,
that.
that's a really
Yeah,
great.
photography is
Mhm,
hugely healing. Oh my God.
mhm.
For
Yeah.
the person receiving their photographs, holy crap.
I've gone
My
through
God.
quite a process.
Janet and I both could attest to that. Lyle's saying, I realized that my business name for the last 12 years has been the nesting place acupuncture, and now I'm literally being kicked out of the nest in personal life and
Wow.
business, ready to launch into unknown, but it's pushing me to step into an authentic path as a healer on a deep level. Wow.
Wow.
That's huge,
Powerful.
Lyle.
Yeah.
Crystal, I realized that at birth into poverty and into the underbelly of the ghettos that I was using shape-shifting magic to core survive. Yeah. Oh, that's
That's really powerful.
super powerful, Crystal.
Mhm.
The other Crystal, I had the hardest time with the second prompt. Couldn't really think of a time someone was ecstatic about my skills. All I could think of was cooking for my mom post operation, but it didn't feel very deep. So I'll revisit that one.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we may also be in the space of like, oh, I don't think that's happened. But that can also be a defense mechanism, a not recalling of it because there's something about you that's afraid to go there. So it might be something that you meditate on, right? And that you really connect into, so that you can get deeper into it. And it might be that it didn't come again in like the work setting. It could be the time that, it may be with a dog or a cat, or, you know what I mean? Or with nature. Like it may not be that somebody else, it may have been that you connected in another way. So explore a little bit what that might be, because especially if you've been in a space of not doing what you love to do for a while, it might be more challenging to access that. So you might have to go outside of your profession and into other areas of your life to get to that.
Gosh, that's such a good point. When we're doing what we love to do, we tend to get good feedback.
Yeah.
When we're doing what we don't love to do,
Yeah.
that's a very, very good
Right. But it doesn't mean you're not an amazing, magical human.
exactly.
Right? It just means that your magic is really somewhere else.
Yes. Do we want to
Oh,
bring Wendy on quickly? I see you have
yeah.
your hand up, Wendy. Are you there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I pressed the hand thing by accident.
Okay. Did you
Sorry
have
about
anything you
that.
wanted to share? No?
Um, Not at this moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Good to hear your voice, Wendy. Aw.
Thank you.
I want to just, we're going to move on in just a second, but I want to just address what Jess said. She said that, and because she had mentioned the second one earlier, I've had clients that are coming back for years and previously students that reached out long after I was a teacher to thank me. However, it felt like most of the times I have used any skills, the gratitude came from the people around the person that received and not the actual recipient. So that's interesting. And also, there's something there too for you. You're impacting people's lives enough that the people around them are like, holy crap. Or they're coming back years later to thank you. So that's good too. There's material in there.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Should we take a little break?
yes. Because we do want to get on. Just want to say, Emma said that was awesome. So inspired to write 10 years single parenting initiation to superpowers. Yes, Emma.
Woo woo. Awesome, awesome. Okay, y'all. Take 6 minutes. We'll come back at 5 to the hour
Okay.
and do Sacred Wall.
Yes. All right. Should we pause the recording?
Sometime.
Slightly. Janet singing in Atlanta. It's like a 3-hour difference. You get to the East Coast. Singing AC/DC.
Oh, so good.
Sometimes we'll just account for the time zones.
Sometimes that's the way telepathy works. Sometimes it's instantaneous, sometimes it goes through time zones.
Depending on how clear we are.
Are we in Kairos or Chronos right now? That was a
Exactly.
Chronos telepathic transmission.
All right.
Oh, Libra Tony, those are cute. Your
Oh
babies are so
my
cute.
goodness! It's Tony's little puppies.
The two little puff balls.
They are beyond adorable.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Let's drop in. Let's switch gears here into our money, honey, into sacred wealth. So, shake your body. You need to shake your body out a little bit. Move your energy around here. So, so first, just a quick announcement that that we had a request, and so Janet and I are adding a bonus class this Wednesday on creating quick cash. All forms of quick cash creation and manifestation, and creating quick cash in your business, getting stuff up and running quickly. So so we are going to do a Zoom class on this Wednesday, December 1st at 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 Eastern, to support you guys who need to make money now. So we'll put that as an event in Mighty Networks too.
There you go. It's already on its way to you, each and every one of you. Money is flying in your direction.
Man,
that's right, Emma.
It's sending money through the chat. All right. So so as we dive in here, we're gonna go into we're just gonna go into some fun stuff here today. And what I really invite you to do is, if you have really been in it with money, and if you've been tight, if you've been trying to create it in some way, and in a tight state with it, or in an exhausted state with it, really coming into this space, I invite you to step into a beginner's mind, to step into just being curious with what's going to unfold here today and every day when we go into this stuff. But some of you are probably like, I've done so much money stuff for so many years and I'm still not there. And, and that kind of mentality is actually, like, it's a shutdown point, and there's a defense mechanism in there that has given up on some level, or like it's a contraction point. So as we're going in here, I just invite you to open up into this space of, divine team, please allow me to hear that which I have not been able to hear before. Please allow me to see that which I have not been able to see before. Please allow my heart to receive that which I have not been able to receive before. Like, that's a little saying that I've done for years when I really want to receive new information. Please allow me to hear that which I have not been able to hear. Please allow me to see that which I've not been able to see. Please allow my heart to open to that which I haven't been able to open to before. So you're just in a place of receptivity, allowing the information to come in a way that you haven't heard it before, in a way that you haven't experienced it before, because we're going into new technologies here. And if you're stuck in old belief systems, it's hard to let the new technologies come in. So with that being said, I just want to share a bit of a download that I got when I was at Quest Haven last week, which is where the retreat where Janet and I channeled Kairos, the land, and I was walking the labyrinth there, and I got this download, and it's not fully in, I don't have the fully formed words for it yet. So I just want to give a bit of a transmission of the understanding of it. So just open yourself to a bit of receptive space of transmission here. But what I was getting is the deeper understanding of money as almost like money as its own circuitry and operating system that we have. That part of what's happening is there's an importance in actually mastering the understanding of what money is as a system of operation. And we've been really in this matrix where we have allowed money to have power over us, where we've allowed money to control our lives, where we've allowed money to keep us small and inhibited from what we really want to do in the world, how we really want to be in the world. And it's a mechanism that we have to wake up to, and you cannot pass go, into full new earth creation until you really get on top of this mechanism that has been keeping you in a place of enslavement and disempowerment. And so it's some of the most important work that we can be doing. And I don't mean this from like a capitalistic, materialistic perspective at all. It's not about like, I need to just like, own and conjure money in all these ways. It's more like this is a system that has actually, we were born to it and it's been manipulating us. Right? Like, and that's what we're seeing playing out on the bigger scale right now, is this, like, we're waking up to the level of the systems that we've been held in. And in order to break free from them, I mean, what's happening now, like global totalitarianism, right? Like there's corporate energy, like there's just such a bigness to the matrix that money is the energetic system, money and power, and corruption and the lack of integrity with money and power, right? And so we are, in all of these systems that we were born into, so it's so deep within us that we can't see how much in the matrix we really are. And this is why we're coming in here as Jedis, you guys. Like, this work matters. Our understanding of our relationship to money is so important, not because of money itself, but because of the level of systemic oppression, devouring of self.
Yeah. Manipulation too.
Yeah.
Oppression, manipulation.
And like, it's so deep, and that's what keeps millions and billions of people on the planet in places of poverty, right? Like, that's not who we are. We didn't come in to live in poverty and to be held in that poverty consciousness. And so that's yeah, control mixed with suppression of our powers, a cocktail just to keep us down. Exactly. Nicole, that hits deep for me currently. I'm definitely being held down in a system and I can't fucking stand it. So disempowering, right? Okay, good. So that's what's happening here. So all that kind of anger that came up when you guys were writing in your prompts, like part of you were probably feeling anger of, certain things that are happening right now that are enraging, right? And to stay, like, the ultimate win, if you want to say a win, is for you to opt out of the money system that's been controlling you. But that doesn't mean you're leaving the money system. It means you're opting out of the consciousness of control and manipulation and suppression and poverty consciousness that you've been held in. That is what we need to rise up and out of and unlock the code. So if you look at this thing that's called money, it is this thing that controls and manipulates. And I don't mean that in a victim consciousness way. Like, nothing has power over us, right? But we have allowed this whole matrix of credit cards and indebtedness and credit scores and mortgages and everything. Like, we've allowed this system to have so much power and weight over us that many of us have spent years in anxiety, right? Like, just trying to feed our children, trying to pay the rent, pay the mortgage, all of that. So part of what we're doing, part of the download that I was getting is we cannot bypass this thing. So our relationship to this thing, whatever it is for you, your relationship with money, cannot stay in a state of avoidance any longer. So if you're avoiding looking at your bills, looking at your numbers, paying all of that, if your head's in the sand about stuff, you're actually keeping the powers that be in power. right? Like like for us to like fully rise up and get on the other side of it, we have to use this mechanism as our form of healing. And so just like spiritual bypassing is when we're like, yeah, but I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel that abandonment. You know, I'll go off and do all these other things and I'll look at everybody else's stuff, but I won't look at mine, and I'll blame everybody else, and I can see everybody else, what's going on for everybody else, and I'll be on my high horse, but I won't actually look at the deeper wounds and the pain that are happening inside of me. And I'm not willing to go there. And so then what happens when you're spiritually bypassing is you avoid feeling the deeper childhood grief, pain, unworthiness, all of that. And in the process of avoiding it, you keep recreating it, cycling it over and over in your life in different forms and relationships, with money, with health, whatever it is. But when you go in for the quick burn, the prairie burn, and you go in and you feel and you be with what's going on, that's when you actually get catapulted forward, and you don't keep staying in Groundhog Day in all different forms, right? So we know that with healing, but we often don't associate that with our relationship to money, that we're in a form of spiritual bypassing with money, that we are, that we're putting this stuff off. So that's why, as we're getting in here and doing all this money healing work, it's so important that you stop avoiding and you go into what you're feeling about it. You're going into, what are these avoidance patterns that are keeping me, you know, like it's a diving in that is actually the way out and the way through. Yeah, Jess, the Groundhog Day analogy, a lot of you are in it, and it just keeps cycling in different forms and different people and different characters. And if you're in a Groundhog Day situation, it means there is something that you have been avoiding truly looking at, and there's something that you have not like fully gone into in the breakthrough mode yet.
Money provides us with so much opportunity to do so much healing, because we become more empowered with money, but we become more empowered in our entire life, right? Everywhere, as we do all of this healing work. And so I think, like, from what I've noticed in doing healing work for the past 20 years, it's one of the biggest catalysts for healing.
And that's all it is. It's like, it's a catalyst for healing and for coming into our sovereignty and into our power and into our worthiness and into our value. And it's reflecting all those places where we're not feeling it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I wanna dive us into a little process here. So just to like take a step back from, you know, like if you've been like this with your money and you can't see around it, we just want to like take a step back and get some breathing room so that you're actually looking at your relationship with money as an observer rather than being like totally buried in it. So get out your paper here, because we're gonna do just a little writing process here, where first I want you to start, just close your eyes for a moment here and imagine yourself kind of lifting up, like you're floating above your life, and you're just starting to float up higher and higher. So you're looking down on yourself, and who you're seeing yourself as is a character in a movie. You're watching you and your relationship with money play out, and you're seeing her. You're seeing this person that has a specific money persona. And this is your old money persona. This is the money persona that you've been in, that you've been stuck in. You know, it may involve some of the stuff that we've been writing about, seeing the story of your life. And I just want to spend a few minutes here of you writing down who you are, this old persona or this current persona, of who is the character that you've been playing in your relationship to money. she's a character in a movie, and like what is she doing? How does she relate to money? What does she have a name? Debbie Indebtedness.
Not you, Debbie Gordon, a different Debbie.
Yeah, not that didn't mean our Debbie. Nina saying Scrooge. Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Right? Holding on to money, fear of spending money. Yeah, so just so separate yourself a bit here, so you're really seeing the caricature. Almost like if seeing the caricature and amplifying it a bit. So you're like, "Oh my God," like really seeing, "Whoa, this character that I've been playing, what is she like?" Selden saying, "I feel so guilty when I spend anything." Emma is Vivian from Pretty Woman. Yeah. Wow. And Jess said, I had the thought, she's so fucking powerful. What the hell is she doing down there? Okay, that's very powerful too, right? Like
Yeah.
you're seeing how powerful, and then like, why is she spinning her wheels? Constantly broke when she's so powerful. Good, good, good. So just writing here, getting a sense of your old or current money persona. All right. Okay, and now that you've seen a sense of who you've been and the role you've been playing out, now we want you to actually create a new money persona. So, who is the character that you actually want to play in your relationship with money? If you could create just a badass character identity, your money persona, who's the money persona that you're becoming, that you want to be, that you're inspired by, like, and just listing what are the qualities that she has, financial integrity, just being debt free, being generous, whatever it is that is this, who your new money persona is, that you actually want that person to be, who you want yourself to be when you're managing your money, when you're creating money, when you're in money conversations with clients, when you're in money conversations with people. Who's that character? What does she sound like when she's requesting money, when she's in money conversations? Who is she when she's looking at her numbers and tending her finances? Does she have a name? Do you want to give her a fun a fun name? And how does this money persona, how does she feel about money? How does your new money persona talk about money? How does she spend money? How does she feel when she spends money? How does she save money? How does she feel about investing money? What does her financial team look like? Does she have a bookkeeper? What's her relationship like with her accountant? Maybe she has a chief financial officer, or maybe she loves being her own chief financial officer. How does your new money persona's relationship to money, how does it impact other people's lives? How does she spend her money with impact? All right. Good, good, good. So now that I would love to hear if some of you want to share in the comments some of the things that came up for you, what your new money persona feels like. Or actually, if anybody even wants to share, raise your hand and vocally share too. What it felt like to step into your new money persona and to sort of see yourself. What was your other persona like?
Patty's a merry manifester.
I love that, Patty.
I just found a note that had fallen off of my altar that has my money persona. It's a note signed by my money persona on my altar. So,
Oh, really?
and it has all come true. Just saying.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Emma, yes, would you like to share?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Cool. So yeah, it was quite funny. It was Vivian first, so prostituting myself for money and then waiting for the knight in shining armor and couldn't make money without the man. So that was interesting. And then it turned into more like Oprah, where almost like just everything, you know, she's sort of the person everyone wants to go to. She seems to me very, I don't know, just got so much goodness and supports so many amazing foundations and helps empower people and is just easy and like connecting people. And so yeah, total change.
That's huge.
It's so big.
I was really wanting Pretty Woman to be the real thing, though. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I want that to be it. Just like the end of the movie, not the beginning. It's like, no.
I love that. Ah, thank you, Emma. All right. What else is being said here? Jeslani, I want my money persona to be like Oprah. Again, we have a second Oprah here with a little bit of the Devil Wears Prada and glamorous tarot witch vibes, and not the sort of safe, boring persona I feel I have now. Wow. Yeah, that's powerful. bringing spice into your money persona. Patty saying confident, happy, excited to watch what's next, fun. Sharon saying Constance is my new money persona name, knowing that there is a constant source of money that I can tap into and flows to me effortlessly. Ooh, I love that. Nicole, she is free and doesn't work hard to create income traveling the world. Love that. Sharon said, I watched Pretty Woman around 6th grade against my parents' wishes. Interesting to reflect and see how that shaped my perspective of money. Wow, right? The influence of that. So powerful. Okay. Do you want to do one quick share, Jess?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to say my old one was looking down at this light, fast Sonic the Hedgehog type being running around, but not doing anything with it. Like not in debt, but just being like la 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 money, whatever. And there's like nothing coming, right? Like, damn it. Ah. And then so this new money persona, I got the giggles before I even started writing. And it interestingly, it wasn't even like about me. The first thing that came to mind was I was floating around, flinging money all over the place. Because one of the things I've always wanted to do, and I love this idea so much, is I want to be an anonymous philanthropist. Like I want to have so much money that I'm just like, oh, you need that? Okay, here you go. And then run away. Like, or and bigger organizations too. But it was the idea of like there's so much merrymaking and fun to be had. And what's interesting to me about this, though, I just wanted to make this note, is like the first thought wasn't, oh, I'll have a place to live. Right. It wasn't like I won't be homeless anymore. It was, oh my God, let me go fling the money out in the world. That was oh, and the other thought that was really weird that came to me was like I bought the government. Like I just bought it. Like they can't do shit anymore because I own that bitch. I don't want to do all the workings. I'm gonna leave that to all y'all. You guys can do it. I don't want to do that, but I bought it. That was another. I have a lot of money.
I'm moving into the timeline where Jess buys the government.
Yeah, I would really love that,
As
Jess.
a homeless healer. 1 year later, she bought the government and saved us all.
Just get ready though, because I'll be calling on some beasts and be like, I need people that know money. Like, can you do this technology shit? I don't even have a scheduling app. Who's gonna run the government? So there's that. So I'll be paying all of you too.
Excellent.
So really, you're going to be buying the government back from pharma, is what you're going to be doing.
Yes, pretty much. Anyway, I thought that was pretty interesting. I was like, oh, I don't really want a home. I just want to fling money all over the world to people that need it and like spread joy and be a fairy and sprinkle love and have fun.
I love that.
Okay.
I want to say one thing really quick, Jess, to you. You said you were looking down and you were running around like a Sonic Hedgehog.
Like this light being, but I was like, what are you doing?
Well, I love that. Hedgehog is a powerful symbol of the divine feminine womb energy, the creatrix energy. And if you look at old representations from like the Paleolithic and Neolithic eras of the hedgehog, like divine feminine that they would do, it looks kind of like your necklace because it's just like a circle with like the spikes coming out of it.
This is my favorite necklace.
So I think there might be some hedgehog energy for you.
Oh, when I'm on my game, watch out. I roll around like a hedgehog. I bring it. Oh my God. I can't wait. And I'm going to have a cape. I don't think a hedgehog could wear a cape very easily, though, so I might need a seamstress to help out with that business.
You buy the government and we get you the seamstress.
Yes. Oh my God, I love you guys.
Yes. One thing that I'll say, just as an awareness for all of you to tune into, is like in that, if you saw yourself sort of like flitting around and all over the place, and then when you went to the bigger picture, you really went to the bigger picture, what you want to be working on that can be somewhat ungrounded, what you want to be working on is the connection between the two and what you might be, because in between that is what we're going to be bypassing. Right? And so in order to go from hedgehog to, way up above, this is what I was talking about earlier, is like what's in between there, because way up above can be spiritually bypassing. So that's what I invite all of you to look at, what's there then that's keeping you from what's between those two personas, that's then the deeper place to go into the dark spots about that may want to be avoided.
Ooh, can I say something that just came up when you said that?
Mm-hmm.
So you were like the between, something that's really uncomfortable for me actually is this idea of like the making money. So going from that like being that's running around, but here's the weird part is I feel like I'm supposed to be managing not my money. But that doesn't make any sense because I'm like, okay, well, one, I don't want to manage people's money on that. And two, what about me? I still need a home. Right. So there needs to be money, but there's that sense of like that aboveness. So I'm like, what's in between of that? Is that really true? Like that kind of.
Yeah. But so it's the in between is where you actually want to be looking, because there's medicine in where you came from, and there's medicine in where you're going, and there's truth to that bigger jest that feels that legacy state. But that legacy state can't be reached without going into that band in between that's keeping you homeless, right?
I feel like there's a way around it.
But it's not around, it's through, honey. It's through. There is a way through.
But it can be flitty.
If you're in Groundhog Day, going around will keep you in Groundhog Day.
Yeah. I know it.
But it can be fun, and it can be flitty, and it can be fairy-like. Like it doesn't have to be hard, right? Like you can be your like goofy, joyful, elemental self.
Exactly.
Like the one who was going around like a Sonic Hedgehog, and the one who's flinging money around. You can do the same thing in the middle. You just got to go through the middle.
Yeah, go in the middle.
But it can be playful.
And if you're feeling uncomfortable, that's that's where it is.
I'm feeling like it's taking too long.
Yeah, but this is why you got to go there.
Okay, I believe you.
Thanks, honey.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm just looking at the time here. So I just want to quickly read. I feel like I struggle more with my time relationship than money. Do I have to struggle? I think I'm just still in the dark here. Maybe this is part of why Kairos now. Yes, totally. And time and money, same thing, like they can be held in that same construct. So everybody has their own version of what their healing point is.
One of the sacred wealth creations really addresses that, doesn't it?
Yeah. Was it the third one? No, I can't remember. There's a big time.
So Rivka, I don't know if you've done them yet, but in the Sacred Wealth initiation series, there is part of it was dedicated to that connection between time and money.
Angie, I love that you said buy big pharma and turn it into a magical apothecary. Okay, can we all focus on that timeline? Can you imagine how magical the big pharma apothecary would be right now with like a $36 billion budget off of just one vaccine if we just turn that into a magical apothecary.
Oh.
Yeah, Lenny, what's keeping me from this persona, forming a team, getting a financial advisor, having more fun, and investing? I feel like I can do all these things now. Yes, I love that. Yeah, I love that so much. Okay, Stacy, a new money persona is a goddess who receives continuously flowing abundance, doing work she loves. She is debt-free and has a trustworthy financial team. She spends money on high vibe products and services and makes large donations that support new systems in alignment with the new earth. Woot, woot, woot! Word on that. And Emma's saying, so I need to be my own knight, find out how to build my armor and be my own savior. Ooh. I felt that, Emma. Yeah. Okay, so we went a slightly I'm just tuning in here. So because we went slightly over, so I'm gonna reserve another thing for next week. And so your homework, soul work for this week is to really develop this new money persona, because we want to keep working with her through the year. And this week, when you do your financial tending, when you're looking at your finances, look at your finances as your new persona. So if you've been feeling like, like really channel her, spend time writing out who this persona is that you're becoming, that you're embodying. Channel her and look at your money and work with your money as your new persona now. No matter how much money, no matter what state your finances are in, channel her in and bring that energy into tending your money now. Yes, there's that. And I guess we'll save rituals. Okay. All right, you guys, we did it. We're on for tomorrow. Thank you. Jeslenny, I can't say enough how much I love Kairos Healers Academy. Yay! Bill, this class was amazing.
Awesome.
Crystal saying, how do I develop my money persona when I'm stuck attached to all these material things I'm trying to purge? Also wondering, am I selling this house from a lack space or from a space of knowing so much more that's coming? Yeah, so I would say look at the money persona that's attached to all the material things. So that's the first version, right? Like that's the old you, that's the current you, is the one that's attached, so that you're actually spending more time, Crystal, like looking at what your money identity is now as an observer, like stepping back a bit and really going, I would suggest you go more into getting curious about what this attached money personality is now, and who you would be without that. Who would you be if you were in that bigger open space of abundance, and knowing that the next house and the next thing, like it's all coming, it's all on its way to you, right? Because when we're so attached to things, that's also when we cut ourselves off. We close our hands to what's actually coming that we can receive. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Good.
We love you.
Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.